Several years ago, I got to make a film called The True Cost, and we traveled all over the world and spent time with the people and places being impacted most severely by the global fashion industry. And I walked away from that experience profoundly changed on a personal level, but really frustrated, because it felt like this incredible human rights emergency, invisible in plain sight, facing tens of millions of the world's poorest workers, many women, was acknowledged all of a sudden, but it was also being ignored at the same time. And for years since then, there's been all these half-hearted conversations, many led by brands, to try to placate and make us feel better about the fact that there's been almost no substantial progress made on behalf of these workers. And time after time, we keep coming back to this issue of living wage. We keep coming back to this issue of, if you can't pay someone enough to live the most basic human existence in some of the poorest communities in our world, then what are you doing? So the brands will always come to the table and be really excited to talk about marginal improvements, experimental initiatives, things touching 2%, 5% of their supply chains. And yet the elephant in the room goes unchanged. And that's the fact that we've normalized the grotesque poverty of millions of the world's working poor. And many of the people, mostly women, who fuel this industry and its staggering profits are still not being paid enough to live the most basic life in some of the world's poorest communities. So any kind of conversation around change, any kind of conversation around sustainability cannot sidestep the reality that we are living in a world that has been profoundly misorganized, with some of the greatest risks and unbearable burdens falling on the people with the least resources and opportunities.